parallel compression is a really cool concept when you want to beef up your drums, for instance, or when you want to beef up your vocals. It's a really cool way to add some power to the vocals. And let me show you how to do that in FL Studio. So let's start with drums. Let's bring up a loop, because usually loops are easy to work with. We can use this one. Maybe this one here, which is the normal loop here. Let's bring the time down, we stretch it, and let's see. So I have this loop. Let me bring this to the mixer and let me lower it a little bit. So I have here the loop. And let's say that I want to do some side chain or parallel compression. What I would do is, there are two ways to do this. One is the easiest way and dirty way, not dirty, but the easiest way. And then another one is the cleanest, more elegant way. I will start with the easiest one, which is to just route this track to a different channel. So you have the routing of the loop going directly into the master. Now what I want to do is send a copy of this signal into another track so that I can apply some compression. And to do that, you can just go here and route to this track. I recommend to keep the routing at 100%, and then you move around the fader so that you can have the amount that you want. So if I copy this value and I paste it here, what will happen is that we will have double of the volume. As you can see, it's -3. If I take this out, it goes to around -6, around there, or somewhere between there. So it will be double of the volume because 3 dB is double. So what I would do is, since I have this one here, so let's do this parallel. I don't know if it's 2 R's, no, parallel comp, like that. And what I can do, for instance, is add some compression with, let's start with the limiter, and let's move to compression, and let's do a very aggressive compression here. So a ratio, let's do a big ratio. And one thing that we can do to see how it sounds, the compression, we can remove the routing of the loop to the master. And now we just listen to this part here. Okay, let's bring now the threshold down. And let's maybe play with the attack. Let's do less release. Very aggressive. We could also add some saturation. Okay, this would be enough. We are squashing the drums a lot, as you can hear. But let's now mix this with the original loop. So let's bring the loop again into the master, and let's bring the parallel compression down, and let's increase the level as we go up. Let's see now the before. As you can see, it just gives a little bit of, it makes the drums a little bit beefier. Of course, it also increased the overall volume of the drums, but it can really help with bringing a little bit of grittiness to the drums. Of course, you can also do this with vocals. You can pretty much do this effect with anything that you want. You can also do this with the mix. I would prefer to stay away of the mix channel when you do these type of effects. This could be more interesting to be used in individual instruments like drums, vocals, maybe some pianos or stuff like that. But mostly I would just do this with drums and vocals to beef them up a little bit. And you can see that whenever I remove the drum sound a little bit more dull. Let's listen again. And now let's do the same thing, but with no compression. Let's turn on the compression here. Turn on again. So this is just an example, of course, but as you can see, whenever I turn on the compression, it just makes the drums a little bit more gritty, gives them a little bit more, at least in the hi-hats, because are the lowest volumes part of the loop. It makes them a little bit higher and gives them, because of I added some saturation, it also gives them a little bit of grittiness. And this could be a really cool tool or option to do. Of course, you want to play around with the volume to mix the volume correctly, but this can really make your drums pop out of the track and the mix and make your mix sound more interesting.